So after discussing the example of this primary school bench, that how we can decide the height of this bench, now we are moving to another example. In this example, this is a chair. So how to decide these various dimension, height of the chair, the seat pan height, width and depth. How we can decide which percentile anthropometric data should we use? So for this purpose, first we are noting down, we want to design a chair. So for this purpose, so imagine this is a chair. So to design this chair or deciding various dimension of the chair, we need to know design dimension. So here in this column we are writing design dimensions. So what is design? Our first discussion is about height. So seat pan height. For that purpose, which anthropometric corresponding anthropometric variable? So considering 3 percentile data, 5th, 50th and 95th. So this is 5th percentile data, 50th and 95th. So design dimension, here design dimension is seat height. For seat height, if we want to design this seat height, seat pan height, for that purpose, what is the corresponding anthropometric variable? Corresponding anthropometric variable is popliteal height. Popliteal height. Now, which percentile should we use? If this is that individual who is sitting, now we have to decide this one, popliteal height. Which percentile data should we use? As in the case of bench, we have seen that if we use 5th percentile, 50th percentile, 90th percentile, what will happen? To accommodate good number of people, good number of individuals, if we use, in this case, we should go for 50th percentile. If we use 50th percentile data, what's that value? From that anthropometric data book, anthropometric data set, we can identify that 50th percentile value. So for deciding the seat pan height, we need to know the corresponding anthropometric variable is popliteal height, and which percentile data should we use? We have only 3 options, that is 5th percentile, 50th percentile, 90th percentile. So first we have to mention that this chair is a chair what we are discussing. This is a fixed height chair. There is no adjustable feature. So everything is fixed dimension. So if we want to decide the height of this chair or seat pan, for that purpose we need to know the corresponding anthropometric variable, that is popliteal height. Now if we have the popliteal height data for a particular population, then we are using 50th percentile. Why? because already we have discussed during that example of the bench that if we use 50th percentile data for that design purpose, then good number of people whose body dimension is nearby that 50th percentile value of that particular anthropometric variable, they will be accommodated. So for this reason, if we use 50th percentile data, then obviously 50th percentile people with 50th percentile popliteal height, they can be accommodated 50th percentile. It may start from 40th percentile to up to 60th percentile, they are comfortable. But people with lower percentile popliteal height or very higher percentile popliteal height, they may not be comfortable. But if student with lower percentile, for that purpose what we will do? We will make a footrest. If we put a footrest, then student with, say for example, 5th percentile, they can sit keeping the leg on the footrest. On the other hand, for 95th percentile, what they will do? They will extend their leg forward. But as more number of people's popliteal height value is nearby average value or 50th percentile value, so good number of people will be accommodated if we use 50th percentile popliteal height value for seat pan height determination. Next, say seat width. Next design dimension is seat pan width. In case of seat pan width, what is the corresponding anthropometric variable for seat pan? Mean this is the dimension. If this is the seat, so this distance sidewise. So if we are deciding the seat pan width, in case of seat pan width, which percentile, which is the corresponding anthropometric variable while people are sitting? That is the hip breadth. So seat corresponding anthropometric variable is seat hip breadth, and out of those hip breadth data, which percentile should we use? We should use 95th percentile, because if we use 95th percentile, so this is very important. In this case, we are not using 50th percentile, we are using 95th percentile. If we use 95th percentile data, then what is happening? All other people whose hip breadth is less than the 95th percentile, everybody can use that. Even we can go for more than 95th percentile hip breadth value, because increasing the seat width little bit more, there is no problem. So everybody will be able to sit there. Next, seat pan depth. Seat pan depth means forward, backward, this distance. Now we are discussing about this distance, front to back, this one. This is called seat pan depth. For that purpose, which is the corresponding, while we are discussing about the seat pan depth, which is the corresponding anthropometric variable. Corresponding anthropometric variable is buttock popliteal length. If we see the seat, say if this is the seat from, so first we discuss about the height, then width, then if it is forward backward, this distance from forwardmost to backwardmost point. So this seat depth, for that purpose our corresponding anthropometric variable is, if we see from back side, from this buttock to popliteal, this distance is important. This buttock popliteal length, that is considered for deciding the seat pan depth dimension. Now, which percentile data we will use? There are only 3 options for us: 5th, 50th and 95th. If we ask, out of these 3 percentile, which percentile buttock popliteal length value should we use for determining the seat pan depth? If we use 50th percentile, then what will happen? If we use 50th percentile for this purpose, then 50th percentile person, it is exactly matching, this dimension is exactly matching as per 50th percentile. So he is comfortable, but we are trying another one. So this is the seat from side view. So it is exactly matching for 50th percentile because it is designed as per their dimension. But what about 5th percentile? For 5th percentile, they will sit